This is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 2, the second Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. On the left, we have Xbox Series X. On the right, we have Xbox Series S. These videos are a ton of work to put together, so be sure to like the video. Subscribing is great as well. So, with the Series X, we're getting a dynamic 4K resolution. With the Series S, we're getting a dynamic 1440p. Both are targeting 60 FPS and do seem to be relatively smooth throughout the experience with, some drops here or there on both sides. But yeah, from a visual standpoint, a geometry standpoint, everything like that, the two are relatively quite close together. You'll just notice that obviously with the, gap in resolution between the two, that the Series S version isn't quite as, visually impressive as the Series X version. Both have the same sort of shimmering resolution scaling stuff applied. It's just a little bit more aggressive and visible on the Series S side of things for this particular comparison. But yeah, we do have a number of differing sequences so that you can see the two lined up with one another. Prior I had done the Xbox One version where there was certainly some larger drawbacks, but between the Series X and the Series S, which is kind of hoped for, the two actually are pretty close together, relatively, aside from, as I had mentioned, the visual fidelity is the biggest thing between the two of these ones when it comes to the quality level of your gaming experience. But I mean, Call of Duty is a top tier game, so it is kind of expected that this one is always pushing what these consoles can do. But it is nice to see that the Series S doesn't really have too many drawbacks. So here you can see in a second when we begin our launch, as to say our drop-off, that both versions are actually getting the atmospherics, so that's like the fog and or clouds and whatnot that you're seeing over top of the war zone. So these are the open world mission things that are like kind of questionable for gameplay, but they're part of the experience. So on the Xbox One, it was actually kind of funny. This it was completely missing that fog you can see, and it's nice to see that the Series X and the Series S both exhibit the same level of atmospheric quality and scale and level of detail. That is great, and you can actually see the textures are loaded on both platforms, which is another large win. Again, coming from the Xbox One version, this area literally did not have textures. So yeah, relatively clean between the two of them. Just again, you're going to see the level of visual fidelity being a large marking in this one in terms of the draw distance quality and just the quality of character assets, the environment detail, all that kind of stuff. And it does help too that we've kind of, squished these together, if that makes sense, for visual quality. I think if you're watching on a bit of a larger screen, you're also going to notice the impact of the resolution quality a bit more, as it just looks slightly murkier on the Series S. But all things considered, like I said, kind of impressed with this offering from Call of Duty, but also just expected in terms of what they're achieving with the visual, style, the graphics, everything like that. From a technical standpoint, the two versions are greatly close together, and that is exactly what we expect and hope for when seeing these kind of go toe to toe. So that's just kind of an opening mission, and we're going to be going back to the stadium level, which is the best for kind of getting the two kind of close together. It also does seem like the crowds are relatively similar too. It's a little hard to tell. There may be slightly less people running around on the Series S version, as I just kind of doing number counts of all the people running about, but it is kind of really hard to tell because they just are scrambled and going this or there and running about. It's a really chaotic scene, which is also why it's a good kind of stress and or test point. But I'd say overall, pretty good effort all around. The two versions are decently comparable. It's just your big changes in resolution that are going to be the largest thing you notice between the two of them. So I don't really have any other details to provide. They all load well, they all render properly, they all load quickly, which is nice, and they both have the same levels of geometry, styling, and atmospherics. At least I didn't notice anything that was specifically a big drawback on either side. It's just going to come down to the visual fidelity of the experience between the two of them in this particular situation. So again, liking the video is great, subscribing is great as well.
Trees down. Special forces! Hands! Show your hands!
First responders, don't shoot!
How did you get in here?
Security! Security let us in.
Who are you with?
Please, we are trying to save
Shit,
lives.
I need help over here. Soldier, help, please.
Stand first,
These
Sergeant.
people need to get to a hospital
Go.
now.
You broken? Just a plate.
Check it. They had explosives. This was the next target.
Gold Eagle actual. Explosives located in the VIP area. No sign of Makarov.
Copy. Make it safe. Locals set up a cordon so Makarov will have to exfil fast. We're 5 mics out. Don't let him escape, son.
Roger that.
The garage.
Affirm. Secure the explosives, then get to the secondary exfil.
Copy.
Here, we'll use a lift. Pull. Eyes peeled for Makarov. Check fire. That's a civilian. Get to safety. Go. Vehicle incoming. Get to cover. It could be Makarov. Step out of the vehicle. Out of the vehicle now. It's down. Move to secure. Hold it at the ambulance. Open it. Hands! Hands! Kazuruki!
Bleeding Jesus. It's him.
Vladimir Makarov, get out of the vehicle now.
Nice and easy. That's far enough.
Now don't fucking move. Search him.
You scared, Captain? You should be.